everybody, welcome back to the channel. Just here for a good time. Hopefully you are here for a good time as well. And, well, we're looking at the brand new Tier 10 German light tank, the RHM, the Panzerwagen. Or the Remmental Panzerwagen, whatever the flip its name is. How long have players been asking for this tank? I would say quite some time. And I would say it is, compared to console and PC, a bit of a disappointment on a few things, but honestly, it's still good for Blitz. There is certain things that I would definitely recommend how to set up this tank, depending on your play style, because the consumables has a lot of options. We're going to start there. You do have tungsten, you do have reactive, you do have reticle, and you do have improved engine boost. And you can use that adrenaline. So, depending on your play style, is how you really need to set up this tank. Reticle is nice, but I definitely would rather be able to either dish out damage faster or dish out a bit extra more damage to be able to clear off tanks that you can use your DPM during that duration of the tungsten rounds. Reactive armor is definitely useful, especially for a light tank. It lets you survive longer and get out of the way. And if you don't want to use any of these, the reactive and the improved engine boost is definitely a great combo, being more of a get out of the situation a lot faster or get into situations, use your reactive armor if you get pushed or whatnot. So it definitely depends on your playstyle and what you want to do. And another thing, sandbags on this tank is quite fancy. I definitely don't recommend carrying both sandbags, just the one, and then chocolate. And then I do want to say this, you can run that, which is nice, but the improved fuel definitely helps this thing, because without it, it does feel more sluggish than it should be, and this just gets it just right. But if you wanted to use that speed boost, definitely take that speed boost. I personally like the tungsten and reactive armor build. But anyways, what do I think about this tank? I think it's a great addition to Blitz, and I think it took them long enough to get this tank out when we've been asking for at least 5, maybe 4 years for this tank to come out. But let's go look at the statistics of the vehicle. Alright, so this vehicle has concealment and movement, pretty normal on a light tank. It has tracer shells, which is fantastic, allowing you to keep allies aware of enemy positions a little bit longer. And then the adaptive concealment is fantastic because it lets you know this person has vision on you or you can be spotted. It's very nice. So take advantage of letting your team know where tanks are. Even if you don't pen, it's good to have someone that's spotted at an extra few seconds for a team awareness. But you know how most players are. They're not even aware of basic map stuff. Yeah. Anyways, 1,870 hit points is quite nice for a light tank. I actually think it's the most HP. Don't quote me on that, but I think it is. Of course, you're not going to have the most fantastic armor with this tank, but it has a decent amount of view range and concealment. Damage per at 3,113 is pretty flipping good. Now, if you want to run things to improve that, especially the adrenaline, man, you're packing quite a bit there. And the adrenaline does help with the tungsten, especially if you want to get a full 3 shots in that tungsten. The penetration of 230, 290, 60 for HE. 60, I really was upset about that. This tank has some really good HE on console and PC. I think this tank would have done it a little bit better if it had maybe 80 millimeters of HE, but it is what it is. Damage, 330, it hits. It's nice. 280, it's another nice hitting average damage, but that 430 for the HE shells is quite nice, especially when you can't get around the back. Aim time 2.5 is beautiful. The 3.321 dispersion, not bad. You have 10 degrees of gun depression, so make sure you're using those ridge lines. Get into secret positions that even other light tanks can't even use. But be warned, You got that LT-100 still running around being a little bastard, right? Top speed of 69 when it's boosted. That's fantastic. Being able to move around the map, but it does feel sluggish without the improved fuel. So definitely play around with the provisions and consumables and the equipment slots for your best way of playing the game. And well, of course, doesn't really have much armor there unless if you get some weird, funky angles there, guys. Pretty penable. Even with heat, it's pretty penable. But at some angles, I would be a bit more aware. Shooting heat, honestly, you shouldn't be shooting heat at this thing. Just use that or HE if you can get this certain areas of the tank. Hold down. To be honest with you, it's not going to be much of a problem to still deal with, especially when it pokes. But you can accidentally hit some interesting areas. But you shouldn't have a problem with hitting this guy. Yeah. I mean, you shouldn't. And yeah, that's not a pen right there, guys. But that is. So if you see the side of the tank poke up, aim for around here and on top, because that has hardly anything for you to defend yourself with. And I believe if it is hold down, you can HE that. So if you see the side of the tank there, yep, and it's playing hold down, you can shoot that right there if you don't see anything else. And chances are you're going to do a lot more damage than using regular AP rounds. Unless if you clip right there or something. But still, yeah, I mean, you could still do a decent amount of splash. But yeah, kind of nice. Kind of a nice little tank. You can pen there too. It's nice to see this little guy in the game finally. Weird. Weird turret. Why is that? Oh, the top of the thing is right there. Alright guys, new tank review. Yeah, that... What in the world? No wonder why it looked weird. Okay, that's supposed to go there, guys. But it's not. Alright, this is going to be my third game in the tank. Kind of an interesting game, actually. And I apologize if you hear my dog in the back. He's a St. Bernard, so he does slobber everywhere. And he likes to climb on to my lap in my gaming chair, which is fantastic, right? Alright, so we're going to be tier 10 and tier 9 here in a ratings match on Oasis Palms. I'm going to be going to the middle on a bush, trying to spot if the TD goes into that area, any mediums or heavies that are crossing through the city, or kind of being lazy. I definitely think the T100 is a better choice for this. I'm going to shoot an HE round in there to see if I can maybe get a tank hit or spotted. And look at this. Alright, I'm going to wait for the perfect timing. Beautiful. 405 for the first shot, which is a fantastic hit for a tank like this. Alright. Definitely misfires there. We're going to be getting another shot on the front. Ooh. Not bad. Being able to bring him down to a possible one-shot for us. Or anyone on the team, pretty much. It looks like our team is failing in the desert, which is kind of understandable. Because the one guy's there. I don't know. We have a AFK VK. Not good. Okay, we're behind the bush here. So when we shoot this guy and track him, hopefully someone will hit him. Doesn't look like that, though. Are we going to get another shot off here? Nope. Nice camo, being able to hide behind the bush here. Gonna look for another shot on the light tank here. That's an important thing to get out. Having competition, vision versus vision. I don't want to get hit here, but I want to be able to keep this T95 alive as long as I can. Bad aim there. Bad aim. Waste of an HE shell at the side here. I'm gonna use an HE. He's low enough. I can pen it. I'm gonna go for an HE shell on this guy, boy. Bring him down to a for sure one shot for me. Gotta make sure I don't get hit. I definitely don't want to get hit by that WZ, especially with the HE. Ooh, is he gonna go finish him off? Maybe. Ooh. No shot on the WZ 121. No shot there. Okay. Ooh. Bad aim again. VK is still AFK or something? Okay, I am gonna get hit here by him. But tungsten. Aimed a bit high there. WZ is farming the VK probably, instead of actually focusing on more active tanks. Oh, the VK has moved. He really needs to move in and help us. I mean, your full HP is a VK. Gonna use your tank, but also play smart. Alright, so we have reactive, we have tungsten available for us. And the team ends up getting very toxic that I am doing absolutely nothing to help win this game. But we're gonna leave the chat off here. Ooh, opportunities on the Super Conqueror. Should have just shot. Maybe a blind shot into him. I think I did hit that blind shot. Let's go. Shot went a little bit low there. It's a 1v3 pretty much. That VK has not been very helpful at all this game. Alright, so we have mostly full HP VZ. We have maybe half HP to more than half on a WZ. And a Conqueror that's about half. Alright, VZ. That was a nice fire by the VK. I'm not going to dive down in there. That's a dumb idea. Especially when you have two other tanks that you have no idea where they're at. So what I'm going to do is try to see if I can get the rear of the Conqueror or the WZ. And hopefully I can farm off one of them using my camo. Ooh, ooh, ooh. HE shell there. I think my tungsten activated late. Oh boy. Come on, RNG. There we go. Finishing off the Conqueror. I'm thinking about what to do. I'm trying to see if the VZ is going to pop up somewhere. Or the WZ pushing this direction. Looks like they're not going to be doing that. Going to be going this way. Because that VZ is probably going to come up through the tunnel, well, ditch area in the middle. And come up towards that spawn TD bush. If he was smart enough, he'd probably... going through the cap would have been the worst idea for him. So, he's actually playing quite well. Not giving away his position. Trying to figure out where this WZ is. I definitely want to catch the WZ alone on his rear. But is this going to be a heartbreak, or are we going to go down in history? I don't know. I have that reactive available, so if we spot him. AFK, but we're going to activate this to get him out as fast as possible, and if he does come, the VZ has a shot on me. I want that reactive. The VZ's probably all the way back in their spawn, or in the city area. Oh, he's back. Poor guy. Thank you for the easy farm. I'm not gonna pretend to go this way. Maybe. I see how many seconds I have left. I should just go for it. See where the VZ is. He's not anywhere there, so he's gonna be in the middle area. Oh, there he is. 315, not bad. Whoop. Not the thing I wanted to do there, but he's a two-shot now. I just gotta beat his reload here. Put in one shell, and now he's a one-shot. I just gotta make sure my aim is true to what I need to do. And he's, instead of challenging that, maybe he's on a reload still. And finish him off. And holy smokes, yeah. What a fun, easy ace tanker for 6,479 damage. Destroyed assist. I destroyed 5, damaged 6. We do secure the Top Gun medal with the Radley Walters, a Collivanels medal, high caliber, and of course the Golden Arches, which is fantastic to have, right guys? And made a whopping amount of credits and experience there, helping secure the victory for that team, even though they ended up being quite toxic and then changing their opinion at the very end of the game. What do I think? I think it's a decent tank. I think it's manageable by most players. Definitely just be aware of your playstyle with light tanks or even medium tanks, and use this tank's consumables and provisions properly to your playstyle, and I think this tank will suit almost any player in the game, from mid players to kind of veteran players. I think you would do fantastic, especially if you know a lot about the game and a lot about maps. And for you new players, I definitely would recommend a more competitive light tank that would be a lot easier to use. But if you want to try it, go ahead, go for it. I'm not the one stopping you. But I do think it might be a bit easier to use than some other light tanks. Other than that, guys, well, enjoy, have a great time, and yeah, 2025. Wild year so far, guys, right?